When X and Y released 12 years ago, I did not have a 3DS. So my first experience with the games was watching them rather than playing them. But on Christmas Day 2013, I got my 3DS and X and Y, then had a blast finally being able to play through them myself. When I look back on it though, I kind of regret not being able to experience Kalos for the first time in my own playthrough, since nowadays all my first playthroughs of Pokemon games are completely blind. But as fate would have it, on one Pokemon Day 2024, I would get another chance. Kalos? Is this Kalos? It's Kalos. It's gotta be Kalos. Yeah, it is. Is this Pokemon Z? Please be Pokemon Z. That's Lumiose City. Come on. Yep. Oh, is this Pokemon Z? Ah! Green. Pokemon Legends? Pokemon Legends Z. Oh my gosh. Pokemon Legends Z. Mega Evolution's coming back. Urban redevelopment plan. Is this gonna be like a futuristic Kalos instead of a past? That'd be sick. After that initial reveal, it was radio silence on anything ZA. That time was spent wondering and theorizing what this game would even be. I actually really like that they said nothing about this game for an entire year, just because it was really fun knowing that a new Pokemon game was coming while knowing almost nothing about it. But on Pokemon Day 2025, that would change. Starters. Oh, the characters. Okay. They look cool. Chikorita, Tepig, and Totodile. Okay. Oh, dude, I might have to go Chikorita. We're just catching that boy in the city. What? Oh boy. Absol, Kangaskhan, Ampharos W. Okay, that guy looked crazy. Whoa! That was AZ.
The hotel where you'll be staying is run by AZ. You'll also meet his partner.
That's just AZ. That's not even his. Oh my god.
Managed by Quasartico Inc. You'll become
Quesarito.
and Pokemon coexist.
I can't believe that's just AZ. I didn't even comment on his Floette.
What kinds of encounters and
Look at the Looker Bureau. Still no release date.
2025.
We would meet our starter choices and learn how and why we can catch Pokemon at all in Lumiose City, which is undergoing a new urban redevelopment plan that aims to make the city a place where Pokemon and people can live together, which I'm sure everyone there will be completely fine with. In contrast to Legends Arceus, which revolved around exploring the territory of wild Pokemon while we just had our little safe haven of Jubilife Village, Legends ZA would take place in a huge human city where the Pokemon are given small zones to inhabit. I was a little concerned when I learned that the entire game took place in Lumiose City, but I was just so excited to finally explore a city on this scale in Pokemon. As the months went on and we moved closer and closer to late 2025, we would get a few more trailers. Cool team, so is that Emma. That looks like a raid. Well, is she gonna Mega Evolve her Dragonite? She is. Look at that. Oh, it has to be fairy type.
And there's Lita, who aspires to become a professional dancer. As part
She's
of
gotta
Team
be
NC,
Tierno's descendant.
You'll spend your days in the city and find lots of
Yes,
Pokemon to add to your party.
Mawile. That's Victory Bell. Oh my god. That's crazy. That thing looks insane. He just wants to have fun. Come on, buddy, you got this. Yes! What is it gonna look like? Oh, come on. Mega. That is sick. He's got the golden outfit. Oh, I need that Mega Bracelet. Oh my god, that looks so cool. What? That thing is crazy. Oh, that thing looks so cool. I love that. I'm saying the same thing over and over again. It like taps into its brain power right there. Unfortunately, did get spoiled on like a lot of the stuff that's in this, but I haven't seen any of it. Oh, come on, Mega Delphox. Oh my god! Mega Kalos starters. Whoa, Delphox! That Delphox looks crazy. Oh, the Mega Stones. 2 more for the Raichus. I saw this, but oh my god, Mega Raichu, X and Y. Base Raichu got some love. Let's go, boys. Mega Dimension? Look at those Raichu. What is that? DLC? What? We're getting DLC announcements? So we've seen her with Staryu a lot. So I'm thinking Mega Staryu is like kind of a given because she has a Mega Ring. And here we got 4 Mega Evolution capable Pokemon. I would love to see Mega Dragalge. And then we see Naveen. I'm thinking Scrafty. Mega Scrafty for Naveen. We've seen him with Scrafty quite a few times. The trailer that released on September 12th would be the final one I would watch before the game came out, and I would enter my spoiler bunker, muting any and every term or person I could possibly think of on social media. I also never watched any of the demo footage or anything like that. I intended to spend this time immersing myself in all things Kalos, like a replay of X to play through the Emma story again, or studying up on my Kalos lore and characters, or scouring NPC dialogue in Lumiose to see if I could find any references later, or finally opening this activity book that I don't remember buying. But instead, most of this last month of waiting was spent editing my Violet Professor Oak challenge video. Not wanting to have an unfinished project hanging over me when ZA came out, I told myself I would get this video out before ZA, and I did. As long as you don't count the fact that the game was already out in some countries by the time I uploaded it. With that severely underestimated task out of the way, I sat down in the final hours before heading to GameStop for the midnight release to finish my X playthrough and play the Emma quest again. As 9 o'clock rolled around, it was time for me to head over to GameStop. But I couldn't just go alone. I needed a partner. Perhaps a first partner? Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna call him starter Pokemon forever. But I did need to choose between Chikorita, Tepig, and Totodile. Ever since Diamond and Pearl, when I was 7 years old and chose Chimchar as my starter, I have been a fire starter die-hard. So the choice was obvious. We're going Chikorita all the way, baby. Tepig, I'm sorry. I have nothing against you. I love you. You're my boy. In an alternate universe, I would have picked you, but how am I gonna not pick Chikorita? I really came to like the Chikorita line in 2019 after doing my first ever full odd shiny hunt and doing a Soul Silver playthrough with Fumino the Chikorita. So with a potential Mega Meganium coming, I knew I was picking Chikorita. I even had a nickname picked out already. It's pretty simple, but I decided on Fumi to honor an old friend. Alright, starter chosen, now we can go to GameStop. No, the seat's not dirty. I've cleaned it a million times. It just looks like that. Come on, Chikorita. Nice and buckled in and safe. Let's go get this game. I played through most of the Emma quest while waiting in line at GameStop, but couldn't quite get it done before I got my copy of the game. Can you believe that we got it? We got it. Hold on. We got it. Can you believe that we just picked up a new Pokemon game? That feels crazy, doesn't it? And look. You're right there. That's you. You're on the cover. Rockstar status. You ready to go play this new Pokemon game? It still really hasn't sunk in that I just picked up a new Pokemon game. But let's go play it. Oh my god, I can't believe I almost didn't get you buckled in. That could have been catastrophic. But before I start playing ZA, I'm in like the last mission of the Liquor Bureau. I was playing this in line the whole time, and I'm so close to finishing it, I might as well. We got our midnight snack here to keep us going. Let's finish this mission. I wanted to have a ton of speculation and theories ready to go before playing the game, but due to the whole Oak Challenge fiasco, I never really got the time to actually write or record any of them. So most of my speculation happened in the moment as I was playing the game. And while I wish I could have caught more details and stuff, it was still a lot of fun going in with just a completely blank slate. Oh, AZ and Floette? Whose eyes are we looking through right now? Strongest Mega Evolution user must be found. Oh, look at that, we're on our way in! Is that Tawnie already? Oh, we're just scrolling. Who's in our bag? Is it a Zygarde cell? Right off the bat, I had a question. Now, why are we coming in on a train? Are we a tourist? Do we know somebody? The Amoongus house? The mushroom mines? Look at them all. Who is that on the beverage company? Who's that snail? Is that Loudred? Looks like a snail. Herdier. Later on, it is confirmed that we're just a tourist here in Lumiose, but the game never says from where, which is probably intentional just to leave it open to your imagination. And my theory, that's most likely not correct, is that we're from the Alola region, and we brought a stowaway Zygarde cell with us, which is who was watching us doom scroll on the train. Another reason I thought we were a tourist is because no one was waiting to greet us when we got off the train. Well, no one we knew anyway. Goodra? Is that Tawnie? We get stopped by Tawnie, and she asks us to be in an ad for Hotel Z, which was the place I wanted to stay the most anyway. But we were rudely interrupted by a different ad from Jet, who casually drops some crazy foreshadowing that I obviously didn't get yet. We're the mega evolution of Lumiose City. Then we get our bag stolen by a Pancham, who, kinda like the player character, has questionable choice in accessories. Why are we here? While we were chasing after it, I noticed that Chikorita and I were both in the back of the pack, and in my head, this is the lore reason for why my character picked Chikorita, since we were both slow-running comrades. Let me reset. I want to see if I can reset for a female Chikorita. After 4 resets, I got my female Chikorita so Fumi could match her namesake, and we were off. There we go. I think this might be one of my favorite ways to get a starter. Instead of some professor having the starters specifically chosen for a new trainer to pick from, which feels very artificial, Tawnie just lets us borrow one of her own Pokemon, and after seeing us battle, decides to entrust us with it. It is a little insane to give one of your Pokemon away to someone you met 10 minutes ago, but I think it helps us build a deeper emotional bond with our starter, and Tawnie, I guess. Also, I know why she doesn't, but it would be really cool if Fumi had Tawnie's OT. Why am I being explained to this like I'm not from the Pokemon world? I know how a Pokeball works. Chico! Oh, look at that trot! Put them knucks up. Yeah! I became Chikorita's trainer. After hanging out with Tawnie until night falls, the battle zone spawns right on top of us. She's called herself kind twice already. While making our way to Hotel Z, we get stopped by some Nemona wannabes who insist on battling us. But we get rescued by a Pokemon we've been waiting quite a few years to see in a game again. The Turtle Flower Floette. She is. Oh my god. 3,000 years. She follow us? Oh my god, she does. Listen. Listen to the noises. He's not lying. So according to Tawnie, AZ doesn't even try to hide his or Floette's age, which is kind of surprising because I feel like if people knew who AZ really was, then he would probably have all kinds of people bothering him for various reasons. After giving us a much more heartfelt version of the professor's speech than Jet did, AZ gives us our room key and we get ready to turn in for the night. Ooh, okay. We're living lavish. Oh, I love amenities. I don't know if that makes me a boring person, but like I get excited when I see this stuff. But before we can, Tawnie invites us, her valued guest, to go check out the view from the roof. Here she tells us that she owes AZ big time and wants to repay him for all he's done, and she asks for our help. Despite not even knowing what she actually wants, I agree immediately. Not only because I owe her for giving me Fumi, but because it's probably way more interesting than whatever basic tourist activities I had planned. Our friend Zygarde has a long knuck touch. The music! The next morning, Tawnie fills us in on the ZA Royale, which is the new battle craze in Lumiose. She asks us to join to help protect Lumiose, and of course I agree without hesitation. And I think this Hotel Z place might be selling my info, because without doing anything, Quasartico somehow got a hold of my phone number and sent me my ZA Royale invite.
How'd they get my info? This is crazy.
After being the most forward someone has ever been in a Pokemon game, Tawnie shows us two of the defining characteristics of a Legends game. She gives us a satchel and shows us how to roll. Then we finally get confirmation that Team MZ isn't just Tawnie when we meet Lita, whose name I kept misremembering as Lydia for some reason. Lita tells us she's in Lumiose to try and become a pro dancer. She starts to talk about her big brother, who is almost certainly Tierno, but Tawnie unfortunately cuts her yapsass short and asks to battle us, where we get to hear the theme of our new team. I was originally a little concerned about this battle system, just because it was so new and different. As I did more and more battles though, I came to really enjoy it. It feels like a much more involved version of the Legends Arceus battle system, and it has a lot of depth beyond just spamming high-powered moves, even though that's mostly what I did in this playthrough.
Oases, that's a word. I mean, I might have to dap you up for that one.
After losing the 2v1 against her own Pokemon and flexing her vocabulary, Tawnie takes us to go check out the Pokemon Center. On the way there though, I discover the camera feature and have the first of what would be many, many photo shoots.
Get Meloetta real quick. And the encounter rate's super low here. Whoa, Valerie? Valerie? That's cool. Oh, we got the Rolex with the AP. Whoa, 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 we got some new stuff here. Look at the Binacle! That's adorable. That looks like Jinx. If I ever saw something Jinx related, that looks like Jinx. Oh, that's terrifying. More amenities, you love to see it. Oh, and they have bowls for Pokemon. Nurse Joy. That's such a good Nurse Joy.
While I of course thought this was Nurse Joy, it turns out that all the Pokemon Center ladies are actual unique characters with names in this game. This is Bien, who gives us the Pokedex app and tells us that we get a prize for registering 5 species to the Dex.
Oh, Spin Cycle. Do they really need to advertise potions? I can step up there? Oh my god. Truly an advanced Pokemon game.
So, we headed into Wild Zone 1 and got to work, although I only had one thing on my mind.
Mareep, Mareep, Mareep.
In my first playthrough of a new Pokemon game, I only use the new Pokemon, which means that I don't normally get to do a ton of team planning beforehand. But since no new Pokemon had been revealed other than the new Megas, I figured it would be a great time to use some of my favorites. As luck would have it, 2 of my 6 favorite Pokemon are in this game, and they have Megas, so I had planned beforehand to use Ampharos and Mawile on my team. I had one more Pokemon that I wanted on my team from the beginning, but we'll get to that later.
Yes! But look who it is! It's Mareep. I always just name my Ampharos like a normal person name. So we got Edward. Edward and Fumi.
So I said the lore reason for my character picking Chikorita was just that we were both slow runners. And I'd say the lore reason why I caught Edward was just that he vibed well with Fumi and I.
Who's the mayor? Who's the mayor? Is it Sycamore? Tawnie's not coming with me. I don't know what to do with myself.
After getting our second permanent team member, we made our way to the Pokemon Research Lab.
Even the professor resigned from his position. So he resigned.
This place was chock full of cool paintings and dialogue, even though I missed one of the coolest new additions in this Galarian Rapidash statue my first time here. On the top floor, we are loudly introduced to Mabel, who's holding down the fort after Sycamore apparently resigned.
Nitwit!
She is really mad at the mayor for continuing to fund the urban redevelopment program and giving her more and more work. I originally thought that Sycamore might have resigned from being a professor to be the mayor, but we learn later that he's not even in Kalos right now. It turns out that Mabel made up this whole Pokedex promotion to trick us into helping with her survey work, which I guess is another characteristic of a Legends game. The joke's on her though, because I wanted to catch all the Pokemon anyway, and she still gives me the prizes.
Oh, X. Is the battle pass?
On the way out the door, we run into Naveen, who is one of our teammates on Team MZ. He also gives us our hat, and I put it on not to hurt his feelings, even though I'm not really rocking with it. After a quick Edward photo shoot and some more exploration around Wild Zone 1, we headed back to Hotel Z, and Tawnie served us normal food while we got our first promotion match against Zach. I talked to AZ before heading out, and he gave me some advice he probably wishes he got a long time ago.
Yeah, he knows a little something about that. Not a lot of wild zones. They're actually really small. I heard they'd be all over the place.
I was actually pretty scared at this point that these were going to be the only wild zones in the game, and we would just do things to change the spawns later, but thankfully I was of course wrong. Then I finally started to feel the effects of being awake for 20 hours and decided to head to sleep. With the next 6 days off of work, I figured it would be better just to enjoy the game in the morning when I was more alert.
That was my first time playing Legends ZA. We're gonna double save. Good session.
I started off day 1 by clearing out the battle zone to get my challenger's ticket. And while doing that, I noticed that Fumi had learned a new move.
Oh, Chikorita knows Disarming Voice? That's not normal. Yeah, Chikorita knowing Disarming Voice is interesting. I don't remember that. We're safe. Oh, there's so many items. No!
After we won our third battle, we had enough points to get our ticket, and of course, Tawnie gave us a call, and actually surprised me by calling Fumi by her nickname instead of just Chikorita. From what I remember, most of the time when a character in past games says anything about your lead Pokemon, they just call it by the species name. So Tawnie calling Fumi Fumi is such a cool detail because it shows that even though it's not her Pokemon anymore, she's still really close with it, and it shows our friendship too because she actually knows our Pokemon's nicknames. On the way to our promotion match, I met a few more interesting characters. Hi, Metachan.
Who is that? That looks like a gym leader, like idol kind of person. Who is Targon?
When we finally meet Zach, we're told the tragic tale of how he's fought in a lot of promotion matches, but still has never won. And he sure ain't gonna start today.
No, Edward didn't get the points. 100th time. Oh my god, Zach. You gotta give up. The Z Eternal. Oh my god. Rank up.
After ranking up to rank Y, we finally meet the person who delayed me from starting the game last night.
Already?
Emma introduces herself as a detective entrusted with the task of protecting the peace of Lumiose City, and tells Tawnie she hasn't found any leads on someone she's looking for. I, of course, would immediately start wondering who Tawnie was looking for, but would get quickly distracted.
Who's she looking for? Why does she anime run?
When we get back to Hotel Z, everyone congratulates us on our rank up, and Tawnie offers to cook for us.
Is she a chef? Oh, okay. I guess not.
I had no way of knowing what she was about to make.
Oh my god. The gallery. Is she from Galar? All together. He's a purist.
The next day, Tawnie wants to take us to Lumiose's premier tourist attraction, Prism Tower. And on the way out the door, we get stopped by Tarragon, who I knew right away was an important battle later on, thanks to the Megastone on his hat. He told us that we should just have Canari advertise Hotel Z for us. And this was all I needed to know that we had another streamer on our hands. Also, I know her name is probably pronounced Canari, but I'm just going to stick with Canari because that's what I called her in my first playthrough, and it's stuck with me. Don't worry, it's a running theme. I don't pronounce anyone's name right. On the way to Centrico Plaza, Tawnie tells us to check out Wild Zone 2, but before I do that, I decided to talk to some of the random people hanging around. I absolutely love the random families you can see all over this game. Each one almost feels like it could be the subject of an episode of the Pokemon anime.
Larvitar and Bagon? They're gonna be some threats. Oh, it's right there! Poplio! Poplio! Alola!
When I do finally make it to Zone 2, I find the first of many temporary team members.
That seems like a crazy early Pokemon. Patrat! I have to catch a Patrat.
I knew Vanilla probably wouldn't be on the final team, but I really wanted to use a Patrat, even just for a little bit, to celebrate it finally being available on the Switch.
They look important.
Although I noticed pretty quickly that these two have designs that signify them being important, I barely have time to think about it before we meet another new person. Man, it seems like Tawnie knows everyone. This time, it's Vinny, who doesn't really have anything important to say, just that he's Jet's errand boy, and he apologizes that we can't go up in Prism Tower. Tawnie asks us to come to the Looker Bureau with her, and of course, I say yes. Who's gonna pass up a chance to visit a detective agency? But you know, it wouldn't be an errand with Tawnie if we didn't get interrupted a million times.
Got a Venipede, kid. Corbeau. Oh, is there a Mega Scolipede? Oh, who is that?
This time, it's a brand new faction. Ivor and the Fist of Justice, who's trying to sell his idea of getting rid of the wild zones and just having everyone be super strong to defend themselves.
This girl does not seem too sure about that. She's like, yeah, listen to what he says, and she just got destroyed by a Pokemon.
Even though Tawnie is the one talking during his presentation, Jose singles us out and challenges us to a battle. Even though she's probably just the 5th strongest disciple in the Fist of Justice, I really like Jose's design and character, and I just hope she gets a TCG card or something. Ivor says that we might face each other again in battle someday, and if I had paid close enough attention, I could have caught a glimpse of who his ace is and gotten the leg up in battle. Don't worry though, the game will make sure I get a hint later. After this, I did some catching in Zone 3, and met an NPC I still don't fully trust. I got my eyes on you.
Our own little Pokemon Center. I don't like that there's a cutting board there. Oh my god. Chikorita, you never have to see her again.
Then we finally make it to the Looker Bureau, and I get to meet one of my favorite characters.
Mimi! The Looker Bureau. If only you knew the man, the myth. The Looker. He's definitely asleep.
Tawnie tells us that much like Emma back in the day, she was just wandering the streets of Lumiose with nowhere to live until Emma introduced her to AZ.
She's asleep.
Emma, as if sensing I don't know how to say no, asks me to help with her detective work in the form of side quests. And just like Mabel, she tells me it'll definitely help me in the ZA Royale if I help her with her work. I leave Tawnie and Emma to discuss some things and head out to do those side quests. I didn't know it at the time, but at this point we now have the entire map open to explore. And explore I did.
Okay, so these are our side quests. We finally explore a little bit. One must dine in a refined manner and speak with a refined vocabulary. Yeah, sounds like a lot of trouble to me. Come on, Boomy. I can't climb that. Oh, that so made that. Hold on, that's doable. Yes! Look at that. What you got, Maury?
I touch on this a little bit later, but I absolutely love these side quests where we help people get used to the idea of living with Pokemon in Lumiose, which is a really cool parallel to Legends Arceus, just obviously in a different context. For example, Moray here seems like your typical boomer when she says she never would have lost her ring if not for this Wild Zone nonsense. And trust me, I do get where she's coming from because turning a cemetery into a Wild Zone is kinda insane. But after we give her ring back, she realizes that Sableye just had a similar taste in jewelry to her, and she kinda opens up to the idea. I just wish this was one of the side quests where the person catches the wild Pokemon.
That's cool. Good job, Moray. Whoa. Boomy can evolve. Boomy is evolving. Oh, this looks so cool. We got a Bayleaf. Giga Drain. Come on out. No. Boomy. That's not the camera. What? Grace? Was my mom in a past life. No way, is there an inside? There is! It's a full place, too! I'm so used to Paldea. There we go, Edward can evolve. Edward! Lappy! Bunnelby! Travell. Oh! Alpha Bunnelby? Society of Battle Connoisseurs. Whoa. Your outfit is sick. Lady Jasinth? Society of Battle Connoisseurs. We're gonna get Mega Clefable. Good spot to find a luxury ball. Can we go in here? Essay. Essie? Essie. Our chef was once Seabold's star pupil. Okay, okay. Seabold mention. I'm gonna go get back on track. Whose name I forgot. People used to live in fear of these giant ferocious Pokemon. They are alphas. Is the A in ZA Arceus? No way, right? I never thought about it. I always just thought A would be a new Pokemon, but A might be Arceus. If there are alpha Pokemon here. I need some new shoes. Uh-oh. Remix? This just sounds like the OG song. I don't think it needed a remix. Banger!
I was really excited to see all the cool new clothes they added in this game and see what kind of fits I could cook up, but I ended up not really doing that in this playthrough, and not because I couldn't find anything I like. Since Team MZ is quite a big part of the game, I thought there would be a way for Naveen to embroider the logo on anything we bought so we could always rep our team. But because that's not a thing, I decided to wear the Team MZ jacket for pretty much this entire playthrough. I do end up changing almost everything else, but I had to let everybody know what team I was a part of.
The drip is like, I don't know, I want to wear the MZ jacket because I'm part of Team MZ. I think it'd be cool if you could take anything you buy to Naveen and have him put the logo on it. Ooh, trade for a Heracross? They're just giving you a Heracross? Let me go get you a Pikachu. I'm gonna keep my Pikachu. The female runner trainer class looks just like my first grade teacher. Boys. What does that mean in French? Drink. I wonder if we see Tracy in the DLC with a Mega Raichu. That's my boy.
A little over an hour of exploring later, and I had done all 3 of Emma's side missions, and Tawnie tells us that she is indeed looking for someone, and she'll, quote, tell us about it later, end quote. Emma wants to battle us, and I think this would have been a really funny opportunity for her to send out like a level 50 Ampharos and Mega Evolve it, but instead we beat her Mareep, and she just decides to flex on us instead.
Mega Ampharos! I have a Mega Ampharos plush right next to me. God, this music is so good. Ah, I'm playing a new Pokemon game. Sometimes it just hits you. You just get so excited. Black four-legged Pokemon. Let's just try that again. Voice crack. Black four-legged Pokemon. Surely she means Houndoom.
I did a little more exploring before nighttime and met another temporary team member.
Quite the transformation. 5 years ago. I wonder if that is X and Y.
Then we breezed through another battle zone and got our second Challenger's ticket.
Oh, look at that. The 3 for... Honestly, I was pretty worried about how the battles were going to be, but I'm having a lot of fun. I know I'm like on my second promotion match, but still. Tomorrow morning's going to suck. Yeah. That is me. That is going to be me at the end of my 6-day break when I have to go back to work. I'll make short work. Oh, we're trash talking. Like Line of Bond. Spritzy. Versus Vanilla. Big crits. Swirlies. Should use Thunder Shotgun on cooldown. I want to go home a winner! Vivian. Yeah, cool team. Oh, that's a cool light screen effect. Come on, Edward. No. Flash it on. Tornado. Let's go. Poor Edward. Oh. Promoted to rank X. Tawnie spawns in. He's gonna say hell no.
The next day, we get to see a really fun dynamic between Lita and Naveen, where Lita just drags Naveen around and pushes him to open up a little more, since we are on the same team after all.
Yes? Oh, come on, be a team player. Because I don't want to talk about my life. It kind of reminds me of Squidward.
After our battle, we learn that Naveen's grandma is pushing him to improve academically, while he just wants to focus on fashion design. But I don't care what she thinks. I got beef with her for throwing away Naveen's sewing equipment, alright? That's my boy. Alright, slightly tragic backstory aside, it was time for some more exploring.
That's me! That's me! Shiny Pokemon? Please be a sign that I'm about to find a shiny. Perilous soup from the juice shop. I don't think I want the perilous soup.
I gotta use the restroom. It's been an hour? What?
That was the fastest hour of my life. Vanilla's evolving. Watchog. Let's take a picture of Vanilla. She's so small. Oh, she lights up. This is a child. Exciting. There's just something that's so rank X about you. You've got a name that screams, I just love rank X. W for W.
I love every single scene that takes place at this table, by the way. Each one makes me like our Team MZ friends more and more. Just imagine how sick it would be to come home from a night of battling in the ZA Royale and getting to hang out with the team at home and enjoy some fine cuisine.
He's gonna come to our side eventually. Try it. You like curry and croissants, don't you, Naveen? It's culinary atrocity. Oh my god, Naveen. Tawnie tried her best.
The next morning, I botch the input and tell Lita that hotel life is weird, and I have regretted that ever since.
I didn't know. I didn't mean to say that. No.
AZ tells us that the hotel was intended to be his final residence, and that's why it's called Z, because Z is at the end. He also tells us that he doesn't mind not having any guests, because then we might feel like we need to help out, and that would distract us from the ZA Royale. It kind of seems like AZ sees Team MZ almost like his kids, and just wants us to enjoy being young, whether that means battling in the ZA Royale, or just hanging out at the hotel. And I'd like to think this is because he spent some time with the X and Y gang after the events of those games, and Team MZ reminded him of them. We get asked to bring Lita her things, and you know I'm gonna do a little exploring on the way. I get right to the entrance of the Justice Dojo and don't go in for some reason, which means that even though she was on screen for a little bit, I skipped out on meeting a new character, which will make for quite the surprise later. Also, I talk to these people and see that they mention a Pokemon who isn't normally found in Lumiose.
Drampa?
But thinking it was just a cool reference, I didn't put too much thought into it and just moved on. When we give Lita her things, she tells us she originally had a different roommate who signed with a talent agency and had to move. And since Lita is only here thanks to a scholarship, this made it hard for her to afford living on her own. Then she tells us that she met Tawnie outside the Garde Lumiose, just like we did. Since she told us earlier that she also came from far away, I feel like Lita was getting ready to leave Lumiose City and head back home when she met Tawnie. To me, this means that Tawnie spends quite a lot of time spawn camping the train station, just looking for people to come stay at Hotel Z. When Lita sends out her Vanillite, I was too distracted with the battle to think about where she may have been inspired to catch one.
Intaro. What? His name doesn't start with a W?
After I was done hanging out with Lita, I went and did a little more exploring before nighttime.
Even the word restaurant hits different. Hearing her say hits different, it's crazy. That looks like an Alpha Magikarp. Oh, it knows Hydro Pump! It's targeting me!
While I was working on the next Challenger's ticket, the game decided to give me a little spoiler on another Pokemon that was new to Lumiose.
No retreat? What? Oh, is it using Metronome? No retreat. Is Phalanx in this game? Or is it just because it used Metronome?
I was conflicted on whether them putting Phalanx in this game was more believable than them putting in no retreat without Phalanx, because Phalanx wasn't even anywhere near my list of Pokemon I thought would be added to the game, and I thought maybe they gave no retreat to something else, but I'll get my answer a little later.
Beevil? That looks like Zinnia's Master's Alt.
I don't know how it took this long, but with just over 6 hours of playtime, I finally went to a cafe.
Look at that, we get to have a tea.
While I was just wandering around, I would stumble into a side quest that would lead to a new permanent team member.
Fennekin! Raunchy? Oh, because it uses a twig? Oh, it's a wild Fennekin.
Branch tells us to go find the old man who used to run the herb shop and see if he can help us cure this Fennekin. And he tells us to go look around Wild Zone 5 for a revitalizing twig, which sounds easy enough. But first, I had to figure out how to get in there. Even though I had already broken rocks, I was still kinda in the mindset of needing something like an HM to clear these.
Wonder if water. What about water? Yes! That's it, that's it.
After an impressive amount of dialogue options that say the same thing in a slightly different way, we had our twig. No, not you, I'm sorry. Back in 2013, in my first X playthrough, I chose Fennekin and just so happened to get the rare 12.5% female starter. This was also the first time that I had nicknamed my Pokemon for a playthrough, and I decided on Morgira, which was just completely random. And I think because this was the first starter I had ever nicknamed, I grew really attached to Morgira and really came to like Delphox. So since this Fennekin is always female, I decided to do the same thing here and named her Janmei. Delphox was actually the 4th team member that I planned on using in this game, so it's hard to overstate just how lucky I was randomly dropping a pin on this side quest so early. If I had just chosen one of the other dozen or so side quests available, it could have been hours before I met Janmei. So even though everyone who plays this game also has this exact encounter, the sheer luck behind me finding this side quest when I did makes this unique enough to me to be the lore reason behind why Janmei joined the team.
Oh my god! Janmei, come on! You just killed an innocent bystander. Your eyeballs are mine? Caught in my electroweb? Hey, dap me up, my man. This is very interesting. Oh. What if we go sniper gang? Oh my god, I'm sorry, kid. Flee the scene, flee the scene, flee the scene.
After about 2 in-game days of lollygagging, I made my way to Restaurant Lena to lay the smackdown on poor Rintaro here.
Bon appetit. And good luck, buddy. Let's see what you got, Rintaro. Good job, Janmei. You won your first battle. Got him. Let's go, team. Rank V.
I took 3 steps out the door before Emma called me, and that mysterious Pokemon she mentioned earlier showed up.
Is that Zygarde? It is! What? Doing some mean corner cuts here. I just touched it.
I'm trying.
I can't sprint.
After a slow speed chase, Zygarde yoinks us up to this roof where we meet our first rogue mega Pokemon.
What? Whoa.
Absol showing up as the first rogue mega and being kind of a harbinger of disaster is probably a sign that there's more to come. AZ rocks up with who I thought was his Lucario and has it battle alongside us to prevent the rogue mega Absol from getting out of hand. Despite us not having a bond with this Lucario, we're still able to Mega Evolve it. Huh, kinda sounds familiar. I think I said maybe 2 words in this battle because I was just locked in.
Oh, the music. Oh god, Mega Absol. Got it. Oh my gosh, that's brutal. Whoa. We get Absolite?
Tawnie rolls up a little late, and her and Emma fill us in on the rogue Mega Evolutions. They're not quite sure why Pokemon are Mega Evolving without a trainer, but AZ had the idea to get access to a certain company's info on the matter. Gee, I wonder which one.
We get an Absol?
AZ says that it was fate that led us to meeting this Absol, so it decides to come with us, and she'll be a temporary team member for quite a while.
That's cool.
I decided to name her Desi, because, you know, fate, destiny, kinda similar. The next morning, Tawnie tells us that both Jean and Magenta plazas got turned into wild zones. Then Venny calls us down to Quasartico HQ. Before we left, I evolved Janmei, who really deserved it after her performance in last night's promotion match.
Rakes in.
Before we head out, Tawnie asks for a battle so she can see us Mega Evolve our new Absol friend.
Desi. because it was destiny that we met.
She just so happened to start wearing her Mega Ring around this time too, and she puts it to very good use with her Manectric, who did a number on my team.
Get away, Vanilla! You get the confused. Oh my gosh, she's so strong. Getting decimated. It's an alpha, I can hear it. The Dene. Okay, we're not ready. We're not ready. We're not ready. We're not ready for that either. We're not ready. We're not ready for anything.
After disposing of the elite Dedenne security force, we finally get to talk to Vinny, who seems like he's going to be upset that we took care of the rogue Mega Absol last night, but really, he's happy. He tells us that Quasartico created the ZA Royale to find the strongest trainers and get them to help with the rogue Mega issues. Tawnie tells him that we're not exactly super high ranked, but he pulls a few strings and sets up a special promotion match against him, where the winner will be promoted all the way to rank F. I was really wondering if something like this was going to happen, just because it might have felt like a real grind to get through the main story if we really had to do all 26 ranks. I thought this might be kind of a tough battle, so I decided to go do a little more grinding and exploring first.
Professor Sycamore and Trevor? They're away, so Sycamore's not the mayor? That's some crazy dialogue. And Trevor, so Trevor's like his protege. Wait, what did he say? So many strange things happen when you live around Pokemon that meeting a guy over 9 feet tall starts to sound like nothing special. She's keeping it real. Edward! Let's do it, Edward. We get an Ampharos. Edward, Edward, Edward. So smooth. Is that what I think it is? Level 32? Now, I'm pretty sure there's not going to be a Kalosian Meganium, because it doesn't seem like they're doing that. But, I mean, we're going to get the Mega Meganium, right? Boomy is about to evolve. Meganium. Yep, no new Meganium yet.
During that sesh, Cheval the Whirlipede also evolved, so with 3 fully evolved Pokemon, it was time to head back and take on Vinny.
Oh, his eyes. He's getting serious. Is he going to use his Mega Lopunny? But Venery, what? Not a Lopunny? This is going to be his Mega right here, I guarantee it. Drampa, what? We're going to see Mega Drampa? We are, what? What? Mega Drampa? Whoa, what's on the inside of his glove? What? Mega Drampa? Bro, look at that thing. I'll show you my Mega Absol. Mega Drampa? Top 2 last Pokemon I would have expected. What? That's the craziest bait of all time. He has the Baneri and the Pangoro hairpiece, and then he sends out a Mega Drampa? What is that? We got an Alolan Mega. Alolan Mega? Mega Drampa? Oh. Oh? We just skipped so many ranks. Specially promoted.
Needless to say, I was surprised by his ace. This also destroyed my ability to guess any of the new Megas, because if Drampa was an option, then I would think almost anything is on the table. After Tawnie gets her win, that means we're both rank F, and Vinny gives us the scoop on what's been happening in Lumiose. AZ came and told Quasartico that Lumiose was crying out in pain. And because he's pretty scary, they looked into it and discovered that Mega Power has been accumulating in Lumiose, but they still don't know why. Then, just 6 months ago, they saw a Pidgeot Rogue Mega Evolve for the first time, and AZ tried to stop it with Floette. But it turns out he's finally aging and isn't quite up to the task of running around during these battles. But Tawnie, wanting to thank AZ for all his help, stepped in and battled with Floette. This is how she learned about the Rogue Megas, and it's what led her to form Team MZ. In my head, this means that Tawnie has spent the past 6 months just walking around Lumiose looking for people to join the team. Vinny says he'll be counting on our help, and then Jet shows up. And even though she didn't seem to care about us that much, I still didn't think she'd be evil or anything, just because we've done the whole CEO of big company is actually evil thing before. When we leave, Tawnie invites us to drop by Novo Cafe on the way home. And even though it might have taken me almost a full day of exploring, we eventually meet her there. We catch Naveen right after he's done eating, and he takes a minute to tell us about his favorite streamer, who he is a normal fan of, Canari.
The streaming sensation of the keyboard legions. Gamer prodigy? Canari?
Even though I know it's probably pronounced Canari, I will most likely continue to call her Canary forever, because that's what I called her in this first playthrough. This is the price I pay for not being very smart and not watching anyone else play these games, because this isn't even close to the last time I mispronounced someone's name.
Things cutting commentary in her snarky yet affectionate tone. He's a super fan. There's a Mega Electros. There has to be a Mega Electros. And she said to make it more gamery.
We don't even get to order our coffee before Vinny tells us about some more Rogue Megas, and we head back to the hotel for a strategy meeting. There are 3 Rogue Megas to take down, and we'll get the help of a different teammate for each one.
Slow bro. Okay, is one of these gonna be new?
And every time we went into one of these strategy meetings, I just kept waiting for Lita to reveal a new Mega.
Okay, the other thing was, did they have insurance? So she's so mad. Look at her. Look at that face. She's pissed.
It was also kind of sad to see Lita try to take an interest in Canari's stream with Naveen, only for him to shut her down right away. While we're walking out of the meeting, AZ gives us a really cool gift.
What? That it is? Meganiumite! Meganiumite! Bro, what? Ah! Meganiumite? Let's go look at it. Wait, can we do it right here? We can. What? That's... Oh, look at its feet. That's so sick. It's a fairy type. Mega Meganium.
I think Mega Meganium is probably in my top 3 of the new Megas. I'm not sure if that's just due to a really good design or my attachment to Fumi, but it doesn't really matter because we got a Mega Meganium. During this session, I made a rare fashion change into these jeans, and this would end up being my main fit for the rest of the game, with only a minor alteration later on. After my shopping sesh was over, I wanted to see what Pokemon I was missing in Zone 9, and that would lead to an important encounter.
Come back over to here. See what that question mark Pokemon is. Okay. Back here, Desert. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Get out of here. Mawile! Permanent team member found! Please catch. Yes! We got a Mawile? Let me think about it.
The nickname juices were just not flowing when I caught Mawile, so I just decided to wait on her nickname until I found an NPC I wanted to name her after. because in my first playthroughs of both Legends Arceus and Violet, I named one of my main team members after a random NPC. ZA makes this the 3rd time in a row that I've done this, so I guess I just gotta keep it going at this point. As for her lore, I was thinking something like I was running for my life from the other stuff in the zone when I scared her and she just ran along with me and we became friends.
Oh my god!
While just meandering around, I met Lys and Venon, who are obsessed with status conditions that they couldn't even give to my Pokemon.
Whoa, whoa. She's switching off the rip? That was weird. I've never seen somebody switch before.
But I decided they were just random enough to be the namesake for Linen the Mawile, who was the last Pokemon I planned on using before the game came out.
Guys, role-playing as the mailman?
You know, I'm just having the time of my life right now, exploring Lumiose City, but I just can't shake the feeling like there was something I was supposed to be doing. Oh my god, the Rogue Megas. Let's go check and see how Tawnie's holding out.
Get it. The slow bro, It won't work for a Galarian Slowbro. What? So Galarian Slowbro is in this game? They're gonna bring that thing back in every game. Boomy, I like how she calls them by their nicknames. Ooh, I'm liking this. Love to see Mareep. What? I wonder if there's gonna be a noise. There it is! There's a shiny Mareep. Mareep. Shiny. That's me. A shiny Mareep. Yo. 1,324 encounters. So they just sparkle. Oh, they don't. I might. Oh, but there's an indicator. But I mean, we have a. That's my first shiny. There's no noise, as far as I know. Whoa! Froslass. Wonder if there's a Mega Froslass. Janmei is about to evolve. Whoa, that's a cool pose.
After just a little more lollygagging, Janmei evolved right in time to take on Victory Bell with Naveen.
I did it. The Victory Bellite. Oh, I was going light on the stick to try and walk slow, but this is max speed.
While doing this adorable Trubbish side quest, I got another hint that Phalanx is probably in the game, and also noticed that the person who gave me the quest had quite the interesting name.
A Phalanx impression? We're gonna have Mega Phalanx? Mega Phalanx, imagine. Umi, what? 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 I didn't even read her name.
I went and got a Slowbro to make use of the Mega Stone we got earlier, and also to help against my massive Camera Up weakness.
The most crippling Camera Up weakness you could have. Camera Up is like the perfect counter to my team. Finish it off with a grass type attack. Good job, Eventually. I wonder who the first
unrevealed Mega is gonna be that we see through doing this. She called her Fumi. I wonder if AZ is gonna die. Whoa, whoa, whoa. When we get back to Hotel Z, we're greeted by Zygarde again, who's been watching us take down these rogue Megas. Then, after beating it in a battle, it gives us a pebble, and not wanting to hurt its feelings, I put it in my satchel. But as cool as that pebble was, the person who showed up after was even cooler, even if it took me a minute to recognize him. Oh. L. What? Is a new person? I thought it was gonna be somebody we knew. Who's L? Wait, is that Lysandre? Huh? What? I didn't even think about that. That's Lysandre. Oh my god, what? So he's gonna die. He's gonna sacrifice himself because, alright, theory. AZ and Floette existing is throwing off the balance of stuff because they're so, he used the ancient weapon or whatever to do that. That's why they're still immortal. But he's throwing off the balance of everything. And he's gonna have to, him and Floette are gonna vanish together. Or he's gonna have to vanish. And then Floette will go to us. I cannot believe that's Lysandre. I didn't recognize it with the smaller hairdo. I wonder what the pebble is. This line from Naveen is one of my favorites because it shows that just one random encounter with Tawnie single-handedly changed both mine and Lumiose's futures. Naveen was in for quite the shock after this because our next promotion match is against Canari. And even though I thought we were boys, he's not sure who to root for. But we do learn here that Tawnie loves to rage bait him. Canari, Beldum build up. They gotta release Beldum build up. More of an Iono fan myself. He agrees to battle us, and if we win, he'll give us some info on Camry. Canarly. Apparently the Caniacs compete in this Caberry Quiz Whiz contest, and if we win that, we can ask her for a promotion match. Casuals like you wouldn't make it past the door. I prefer not to compete on the same level as the rabble. This guy and me. Iono fans, 2 Iono fans, and a sea of Canari fans, doing anything we can to survive. After a night in the battle zone getting our ticket, we head over to the electrical substation with Naveen to participate in the Caberry quiz. This turns into an undercover sting operation when Naveen gives us an earpiece to tell us what to do.
Can't wait to get another quiz contest win under my belt.
She's already signed on my Canari plush. Oh god. He said perchance. Are you perchance new? The Canari Quiz Whiz contest is very tricky. Even the veteran Fanatics. Well, that's what we Dynamo members call ourselves. Newer casual fans may not fully enjoy the complexity of... I noticed that someone in the crowd seemed a little more important than everyone else. I didn't know it then, but this was the person who I missed out on meeting at the dojo earlier. I like her. That's a cool hat. Who are you? No, she has a mega... That's a character, an important character later. She has a... Mega Chandelure? What? She has a Chandelure hat on that has a Mega Stone on it. The reason Caberry's Electros likes Lumiose Gaiette so much is because it used one to recover from a burn in a battle before. And I bet I can guess who she was battling and who burned that Lumiose Gaiette to make it a super one. With one last tip from Naveen, we win the Caberry Quiz Whiz and request our promotion match. That looks just like one of those Miku thumbnails. One of the Project Voltage songs that looks just like that. Colorful screws. You just clickbait me? When we get to Racine Construction, Tarragon asks to battle us, but I think he really just wanted to show off his unrevealed Mega. Excadrill, Mega Excadrill. Yes!
Oh my god. Mega Excadrill. Mega Excadrill. What? That looks insane. Mega Excadrill.
In this brief moment, I honestly thought that Canari either wasn't real or had died and Targon was carrying on her legacy.
Is she dead? Oh, she's not real. What? Huh? She's just right back here? In the corner of the shop. Yo, what's up, chat? How's it going? Yo, thank you for the sub. She is her own desktop background. You know how conceited you have to be for that?
Now it was finally time for our battle against Canari and her unrevealed Mega. Oh, and her battle theme is a banger, by the way.
Mega Electros is incoming, by the way. Ooh, she's her own theme. Mega Electros! Oh my god! Whoa! It's like a... what? It's like a twin engine something? That looks crazy. It's so glowy too. Oh, it's like... those are like copies of it. Is that flying type? I want to get a closer look at it. Why is it glowy like that? Might as well make it a show, huh? That thing looks crazy. Rank E. She just say fuck?
It turns out that Canari is quite the raging gamer, which is a really funny way to help highlight the many differences between her and Iono. And she also knew that Naveen was helping us with the quiz and gave us an autographed plushie for him. We head back to the hotel to celebrate with some croissant curry, and Naveen shows us that he does care about Lita, and the plushie we give him makes him happy enough to almost try Tawnie's curry. You know, I think Naveen is really starting to come around to us.
He's thinking. No.
The next morning, Tawnie does just a little more rage baiting.
Cannoli.
And despite Lita's wish for a quiet day, Vinny calls us right up with 3 more Rogue Megas to take on.
We are a mess. It's a miracle we get through these meetings. He's gonna catch it. I hope he catches it.
Even though the strategy meeting was just a little chaotic, we head out to get to work. Tawnie finally shows us how to roto-glide, which is a much more satisfying movement tech than I originally thought. And while we're right here, we help Tawnie take down Beedrill. Despite the game and NPCs telling us multiple times about plus moves, I still wasn't using them basically at all. So I was just brute forcing this one. I think a prompt on screen telling you to click the right stick would have done wonders for getting people to use this mechanic at first.
But we can use Mega Beedrill now. Can you keep a secret? We should hush him down. Tackle him off the roof.
The other two Rogue Megas will have to wait though, because I wanted to explore the new wild zones, and I found one of the coolest places in the entire game.
Ooh, the museum. I haven't been up this far yet. About Hisui. Can I go in here? Ooh, you can.
The first floor was cool enough on its own with all the awesome paintings and details, and one of, if not the best side quest in the entire game.
Spupa in the museum.
I'm not really sure how you misplace one Spupa, let alone 12, but oh well. I'm just gonna let my reactions play out first, then we can talk theories and what I missed afterwards.
Poke Great, Ultra Master, Safari, Net, Dive, Bug. You're not a Pokeball, silly Spupa. Is this a Heatran in Lumiose City reference? Or are these Laventon's drawings? Professor Laventon! What? Go back. His Pokedex was long assumed to have been lost until a partial facsimile was found in the shed of a private house in the Sinnoh region. Advanced the studies of Professor Laventon. Particular appreciation for his accurate sketches of Pokemon and gift for capturing Pokemon's quirks with his skillful descriptions. He was very good at that. It is said that his Pokedex was not in fact completed by Laventon himself, but a mysterious 15-year-old youth who appeared out of nowhere one day. That's so cool. Does that mean Ray ever got to go back in time, like Akari or Ray? Or back to their time? Yupa, how did you get in there? They put the mochi. Baggin, I think was his name. He really could do that. What? How did I not see this one? It was the partner of a Surfeit Corps member. These are so good. He got to go back. He got to go back. Wait, we're gonna get Mega Chandelure. We're gonna get Mega Electros in the DLC. Emmett and Ingo are gonna show up at Lumiose Station and take us to Anvil Town? What was the name of the town you could take the train to? Or maybe they take us to Kilowog City? Emmett and Ingo are going to be in the DLC with Mega Chandelure and Mega Electros. Because Ingo got to come back. So he got to go back home. Oh my god. He's going to be in this game. This is insane. This is so cool. He's blending in, modeling the. This is such a cool little area. Spupa, get out of there. White Dapper. What? Volo? This group. So Volo got a following. What? What? Is Volo alive? Volo is alive? What? There's some crazy shit going down in here. He's been to the Tower of Master. That's Calum. That's Calum. Oh, he blends right in. Kaiju, Spupa. What a side track, side quest, side track. All just because I was trying to go fetch a pincer, bro. There's a whole game out here. I was so engrossed in that. I could go through a Pokemon museum. That place could have had 20 floors, and I would have went through them all happily.
You can find Laventon's sketches scattered around his lab at the Galaxy Hall, and the fact that some of his original Pokedex was found in the shed of a private house in the Sinnoh region, to me either means that Akari or Ray also got to return to their time, or that this is Volo's house, and he somehow got to come to our time. I really like that this display mentions how good Professor Laventon was at describing Pokemon, because those Legends Arceus Pokédex entries are so good, and I thought the same exact thing when I first played Arceus. Ingo, of course, helped people in Hisui understand a lot about Pokemon battling because of his talent with it, but the fact that he just says, "It's time for me to return," and vanishes is crazy. It seems like he was sent back in time to help people understand Pokemon battling more, and when that mission was accomplished, Arceus sent him home. Volo's outfit display makes it seem like he kinda gained a following after the events of Legends Arceus, but the bigger info drop comes from the guy standing next to it. Now, if Volo did gain a following, this could have belonged to someone else. But this, to me, very heavily implies that Volo donated this himself and is still alive. Part of me wonders if Volo somehow hitched a ride back to our time with either Ingo or the player character. I could go on and on about this place, and I'm sure there's a ton of stuff I missed, but I think I'll leave it at that for now and get back to whatever it was I was doing before this.
So we have the nice, calm Vivillon side. They just fly around. They don't even run away from you. They're not scared of you. They're chill. Then we have what can only be described as the beaches of Normandy. That's Heracross. That is Heracross. Oh my god, I just noticed there's an actual timer around the mini-map.
It was almost 3 a.m. at this point, so I wasn't going to start anything major and was just kind of running around rambling. After 14 hours and 47 minutes of playtime, day 1 of ZA was officially over for me. Day 2 began with a little more exploration before going to help Lita with Hawlucha.
You can't fit. The music here is so good. There he is. Ah! Get out of here! Finally. Oh my gosh. Really bad Hawlucha weakness, I guess. Oh, something else I needed to do is come back down here to Rassian Construction and trade in some of the colorful screws. Might as well.
I avoided getting any of the green Canari plushes though, just to make the rogue mega battles as challenging as possible.
Sage. We'll do a few more laps through here. What? What? There's a shiny noise!
So thanks to that shiny Mareep from the quest not making the shiny noise, I was kind of under the assumption that shinies wouldn't have a sparkle noise. But I was thankfully wrong.
It sparkles! Get in the dive ball. That's a crazy shiny. Bro, what? Shiny Clauncher? That's me. It's also crazy that it took me this long. How many hours is that? 15 hours. And I've seen a lot of Pokemon. Shiny Clawitzer.
I decided to name our new shiny friend Cannoli, and outside of a few brief little breaks later on, she'll be our 5th permanent team member. Her lore is just that my character thought it was crazy to have found a shiny and really wanted to befriend her. After taking Cannoli to do all the usual shiny video stuff, I remembered I was supposed to help Naveen with something and made my way over there.
You found it, alright. Oh, that's cool. Should be it. Easy. Man, having a Mega makes that so much easier.
Yeah, it's almost like they were designed to be fought with Megas. L shows up and tells us to keep fighting the rogue Megas to train up so we can eventually help Zygarde because it can't Mega Evolve.
I feel like you're gonna be wrong by the end of the game, buddy.
I kind of thought here that Emma was looking for L as part of Tawnie's case, but that's not true, as we'll see later.
Maybe he's the person that Tawnie wanted Emma to find. Oh my god. This is going to be something about a Mega Barbaracle.
Back at the hotel, we were talking about how the people at Quasartico probably don't know the root issue of why Pokemon are rogue Mega Evolving, when they sense that they're being talked about and decided to give me my next promotion match against Ivor. Before getting my Challenger's ticket, I was just doing some exploring when I decided to stop in and talk to Emma and see what she was up to.
We'll talk to Emma. Yes, I have an Ampharos. Who is Gwen? Who? Huh? Huh? Spoilers?
So you remember earlier when I mentioned I was going to make one more small change to my fit? Well, I did that, but I'm not really sure everybody's rocking with it.
Alright, keep it real with me, Edward. Do I pull him off? I keep it a buck with me. I don't know if I like his silence. You think Naveen's gonna make fun of me for liking these pants? If you see me in the woods fighting a bear tick, help the bear tick. There's no good way.
When I rocked up to the Justice Dojo for my match, we were greeted by Jose, who is still aiming to be the 4th strongest disciple in the dojo. And honestly, if I didn't need to rank up, I probably would have let her win just because I think she's one of my favorite NPCs. But then Ivor returned and made sure I knew who his ace was.
Oh, Phalanx, there's a Mega Phalanx! Bro, as soon as I saw that Clefable using no retreat, that kind of like planted the seed in my mind. He has a Phalanx backpack. That means there's a Mega Phalanx.
Oh yeah, and he's looking for his sister. A few questions later, and we learn Gwen likes to hang out at a cafe near Centrico Plaza with a friend who turns out to be Canari. Canari gets a little upset for us just doxing her like that,
My bad.
and tells us she'll give us info on Gwen if we beat her in a battle. I agree right away because I will never turn down an opportunity to hear her theme.
So it's not very tanky. Ooh, it had a different design on its face. I didn't notice that the first time. They had to reuse that song more than once.
Here, I finally learned that the person from the Caperi quiz and Ivor's sister are one and the same when she tells us that Gwen uses Chandelure.
Oh, is that the lady? Oh, that's the lady from the quiz.
Canari tells us that Gwen might just want some time away from Ivor, since, you know, he's kind of a lot, but he's already on the chase, so we might as well follow him.
Property damage. He does have a Phalanx.
Emma stops Ivor and Phalanx from doing some property damage, and I had the ultimate flex of freezing the Clawitzer fountain with my shiny Clawitzer.
No, destroying public property.
We learned that Ivor's Pokemon catching is a little heavy-handed.
That's a
and catch this clef key ourselves, but it doesn't have the key we need, so Ivor gets his way.
We get the bill for that later.
After a fake wall and a little more running, we finally meet Gwen, who wants to beat us in a Pokemon battle, so we'll leave her alone.
Wait, it's gonna be Chandelure. No. Is she gonna Mega? She points. Yes! Mega Chandelure! Mega Chandelure! What's this gonna look like? Oh my god. What? That's so sick. That is exactly what I wanted it to be. The Oko! Oh my god, that thing is ridiculous.
Gwen's just fed up with Ivor being so one-track minded about battling and training, and then leaving her to deal with the mess he leaves behind. So she's been coming here to escape and prevent Ivor from having any promotion matches. Well, we already ruined her favorite Ivor hiding spot, so we might as well just get that promotion match going.
Let's see what we got here. Heracross. Mega Phalanx. Let's see it. Oh my god, they're gonna go vertical, I just know it. It's like Mega Clang, or Mega Cling Clang. Mega Phalanx. I can't believe it. Another one, you know, I never in a million years would have predicted.
I know I've already talked about how much I love these scenes, but this one just makes me so happy. We spend all day or night running around having these crazy adventures, and then we get to come home, where we live with all of our friends, and share stories about our days. It reminds me a lot of Iwatodai Dorm from Persona 3. What starts out as a nice, chill morning with Naveen takes a dramatic turn when Lita tells us that Tawnie got us in debt with the Rust Syndicate, who are basically the Mafia. They somehow got my phone number, because I guess people can just do that in Lumiose, and request us to come meet them at their office.
Is there gonna be Mega Arbok, or who's it gonna be, Scolipede?
Beating the guards at the gate lures out Philippe, who is second in command here at the Rust Syndicate, and he tries to intimidate us with his fancy new Mega.
Mega Skarmory? Oh my god, yes! What? What is this about to look like? Mega Skarmory? Whoa! What? It's golden! That looks sick! It looks like Zapdos! Mega Skarmory, that looks so cool! That's one of the coolest ones they've seen yet!
Even though he's so big and scary, he still offers to heal our Pokemon for us. Surely that doesn't symbolize anything about the Rust Syndicate, right? Upstairs, we meet Corbeau, and he and Philippe tell us about how Tawnie got involved in this mess. But Tawnie clearly didn't read the fine print to see the insane interest rate, or think about how her videos only pull in like 10 views, and we're usually one of them. Corbeau so graciously offers to leave the 100k to Tawnie, and just let Lita and I take care of the interest by doing odd jobs for him. During our strategy meeting to figure out what we're going to do about this, the ever so helpful person of the hour walks through the door right on cue and gets a scolding about accepting loans from the Mafia. I had spent the past like 10 hours of gameplay trying to find the Megastones for Edward and Linen, so this strategy meeting went just about as perfectly as it could have.
Is there going to be a new one in here that we haven't heard of yet? Like, I'm waiting for her to say a Pokemon we don't know. Yes! Yeah, Barbaracle, there it is! Mega Barbaracle! And an Ampharos! My 2 Megastones! That was literally the best 3 Pokemon she could have possibly said. Let's go! Bow, bow, wow. Mega Mawile. Let's go. Oh my god. That one was tough. But we get our Mawilite. Mega Mawile. Mega Ampharos time. Man, Linen put in so much work there. Ampharos has died. We get our Ampharos site. I'm still expecting a Mega Froslass. Let it be known. Dude, this is about to look crazy. I just know it. It's gonna look like Relinquished from Yu-Gi-Oh! What do you got? Whoa! That I literally don't know what to say. That thing is crazy. Mega Barbaracle, that's insane. That one left me stun locked. Barbaracite. Barbaracite? Barbaracite. I have reason to believe it began at much the same time as the renovation on Prism Tower. What'd they do to Prism Tower? Wizardico Inc. has some connection to what is happening. I don't know. Are they gonna be evil? I don't know. I don't see Vinny being evil. We don't know anything about Jet. Is he gonna have like a Mega Stone in his eye or something? I am so sorry, Mark. You just got cooked.
After a good hour or so of side questing and exploring, Corbeau gives us our first job to go take care of some troublemakers, which ended up just being some Gengar occupying the building this guy just bought, which also happened to have a very interesting painting in it.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Professor Laventon. What?
Alright, so I literally just came up with this theory as I was editing this part of the video, so there might be some kind of like plot hole I'm not really thinking about. But if Volo somehow did make it back to our time, maybe he's been living in Lumiose until recently, and this place used to be his. I'm not really sure what the reason would be, but maybe he decided to leave and left this painting behind. He might have just had it as like a keepsake of the past or something. This might also explain why he donated his outfit to the museum display. He might be trying to like travel light or something like that, I don't know. During our next job, my suspicions about the Rust Syndicate only being kinda evil were pretty much confirmed, since we're basically just doing Mafia-ordered community service. Leaving the sewers, Corbeau tells us that L is actually Lysandre, gee, who would have thought, who used to be a wealthy business guy, and that he helped Corbeau out back in the day because he didn't have a family.
Yeah, ooh. Was Corbeau like in Team Flare? They're like the snobs, like, oh dude, why are you using freaking Poison Sting on a Roselia? It's so true.
After disposing of the SBC riffraff, we hear some people yelling outside the bank and go check it out. They're all pretty mad at Jet and Quasartico for being so mysterious and adding so many more wild zones. Which, you know, is kind of a very valid complaint. I'd be pretty mad too if the door to my apartment complex was suddenly in Wild Zone 13. Even after we help her out, Jet just kind of stays mysterious and repeats herself before Corbeau hits her with a, "Hey, you better be telling the truth," and dips. Back at home, we pretty much confirm that the Rust Syndicate isn't that evil before Corbeau calls us back over to his office to tell us that we're done working for him. He says that he really called us here to battle, and the universe, or the Quasartico people who are always listening, grant him his request in the form of our next promotion match.
There's our ticket.
Now it was time to take on Corbeau, and yet again, this battle theme is a banger. Ooh.
Oh, it's Mega Scolipede. Let's see it. Oh, the music. Listen to that. Mega Scolipede. Oh my god. It gets like a suit of armor. It has to be a steel type. Oh, okay, that finished it off. That thing looks insane. Mega Scolipede. Man, they really throw you off in this one. It could have been King Gambit, could have been Steelix, could have been Arbok.
Our usual croissant curry celebration is spent discussing how we're all gonna have to chip in to pay back Tawnie's debt. Before we're interrupted by an actual guest. Oh my god, what do? Do we have a protocol for this? I think Corbeau cares more about protecting Lumiose than what's essentially pocket change to him, and since Tawnie's trying to do the same thing, he lets her off the hook this time. Also, he can't really boss us around when we can beat him in a battle.
Can't believe we had the Tawnie going into debt arc. I sure hope not.
AZ finally decides to give Lita and Naveen their own Mega Bracelets and Mega Stones, which reveals a few more Megas.
Mega Scrafty. I knew it. Ah. He's so cool. What is Mega Scrafty gonna look like? Oh my god. That is so sick. He just gets a bigger hoodie.
And even though it was only on the field for all of like 3 seconds, Mega Scrafty is still so sick. While we were refueling after our battle sesh, we get interrupted by someone whose name I didn't pronounce right once during this playthrough.
Labane.
Laban says that Jasinth wants us to come to the next SPC gathering, but Lita hits us with the fit check and tells us that we need to up our fashion game before going to Hotel Richisime so that we can talk up Hotel Z to all the big shots there. I originally thought that we'd have Naveen make us some outfits, but instead he suggests we go to Boutique Couture. But as usual, I went to explore the new wild zones and I had no idea what awaited me.
Alright, yeah, I'm getting out of here. What? I just got knocked out for the first time.
This whole quest was honestly a little disappointing, just because we got to go to Boutique Couture and get our outfit from Asami, for free by the way, and when she offers one to Tawnie, she just says, nah. You know, I respect her wanting to wear the jacket since it's her only connection to her mom, but at least give her a fancy outfit that incorporates the jacket or something. I mean, we were literally just talking about how mad Lita would be if we didn't find clothes. So I decided that since Tawnie wasn't getting dressed up, I wouldn't either. I did change out of my fashion experiment though, since I'm pretty sure Edward never liked it. Now it was finally time to meet Jasinth, or Jasinthi as I called her for the entire game.
It's probably like one of the final big character reveals. Oh, she looks prissy. Who's she gonna Mega Evolve? What? Galar's former champion, Leon.
She sets us up in a tournament with the other main characters and gets... So we just peace out of the SBC gathering and get ready for a completely normal strategy meeting.
Alright, I'm assuming we're going to see Dragonite here. Any other Megas we know of that I can think of, we have access to their Mega Stones already. This might be where we see Froslass, if there is one. I knew it! I knew it! Mega Froslass! Let's go! To match Mega Glalie. What? No one even registered that that was her? She even has her own cup of coffee. Yeah, we turn those losers down. We don't really care. Just look over, like, turn your head 45 degrees to the left. Wait a minute.
Jasinth is someone who always gets her way, so us ditching her tournament doesn't exactly sit well with her, but as we'll learn later, she is exceptionally humble and caring, so she decides to keep the guests entertained while we tackle the next set of Rogue Megas.
It is an evil look. Oh my god. That is so cool. That is terrifying as well. Oh my god. Get in there. Yes! That was so cool. I'm gonna have to put Mega Froslass on the team. That was insane. Froslass, that was one of the ones from the picture. Oh! That actually scared me.
After seeing how dangerous Rogue Mega Evolution is, Jasinth oh so graciously decides to let us finish wrangling the rest of them before coming back to her tournament. But before we do any of that, I needed to get a Mega Froslass on the team. I got really lucky, and on only the third run of Zone 12, found an alpha female Snorunt who I evolved and named Wizme, because that name just kind of seemed to fit.
It's so cool.
The final bit of lore for the main team is that Wizme saw me fighting the Rogue Mega Froslass, and both wanted to evolve into one and join me to do it. And she absolutely carried the next two Rogue Megas. While we were regrouping at the hotel, we heard a noise outside and went to check it out, only to be greeted by the Jasinth Zone, where we get to see Laban's true personality and a new Mega.
Oh, she's scary. She reminds me of Aerie. Who is this gonna be? Another Noivern, maybe? Dragalge? Mega Dragalge? Mega Dragalge? Does that mean there's a Mega Clawitzer? She's insane. I like her. Mega Dragalge, what? What am I looking at? Mega Dragalge is crazy.
Out of pure fear for when Jasinth would show up next, I hurried up and got my Challenger's ticket and went right to Hotel Richisime.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. That was quite a thing we just witnessed. I'm not sure what thing exactly, but quite a thing. Organized by me and in my honor. She's had them held hostage for days. So humble, so incredibly humble. You don't really see that in the rich people these days.
This is an absolutely stacked bracket, and our first battle is against Canari, who after 2 losses still somehow thinks she can beat us. Before we battle Ivor, he tells us that the reason he started training so much was losing a fight against Laban when they were kids, and that left him traumatized, which is just really funny to think about.
He's the ever positive. It's like his dad.
Alright, with Corbeau beaten, it was time to take on the humble and gracious #1 seeded Jasinth, who has just been waiting so patiently for us, never once stalking us with advanced holotech.
Oh, she's gonna get interrupted again. Zygarde's here. Tower God knows him. The ultimate weapon. Gwen. Can it, Felipe?
In an actually shocking turn of events, Jasinth is okay with Zygarde crashing the party, and even makes accommodations for it to battle us.
She said, Levon, could you handle this? Then Levon goes to the computer behind the desk there and is just like furiously opening Photoshop, trying to add Zygarde in. She even had it posed for a picture.
Zygarde was basically just doing a strength checkup on us, and after Wizme shows it that we're plenty strong, it dips again.
Big freeze! Insanely clutch freeze. She can freeze anything. Zygarde complete. Oh, he's gonna do it. I was wondering if we were gonna have to do that. He has, oh, that's the letter Y patch on his shirt. I just pointed to my TV. I think he has X on his legs too.
I don't think there's possibly another way this could get delayed again, so it's finally time for our promotion match against Jasinth.
One might think it has been going on for years. Oh, I know her theme is about to be a banger. What is this? Oh my god. This is insane. Is she a rock type user? Who's it gonna be? Clefable, I knew it. Oh my god, Mega Clefable is about to be crazy. She's so proper. What? It's flying! We did it! That looks insane, dude! Is it like a bug? What was that? That was like those things from Wind Waker. Dude, we're ranked B.
Out of all the crazy stuff that just happened, nothing would rival what would happen after the battle.
He's eating the curry!
AZ drops a few bombshells here, and the first is that there's something called Ange that he's worried about, and the second is...
What? Mega Floette? Oh my god, it's gonna come with us. AZ's gonna like sacrifice himself.
Vinny could just sense that we didn't have anything going on for a main quest, so he calls us down to Quasartico, but since it was almost 3 a.m. again, I decided to go to bed, and after 27 hours and 50 minutes, my day 2 came to a close. Jet actually called us down and wanted to tell us that Quasartico's only involvement in the whole wild Pokemon coming to Lumiose thing is the use of their holotech barriers to keep them contained. She also mentions that after the events of X and Y, a ton of people were leaving Lumiose and property values were plummeting. This is when the mayor reached out to Quasartico to help with this urban redevelopment plan. When they finally got to work though, they found that Prism Tower was emitting the energy they called Mega Power, which is the reason wild Pokemon started flocking to the city in the first place. As we're trying to leave, Vinny gives us 3 more rogue Megas to go take down, and I was very excited to finally see Starmie.
What's it gonna be called? This is the biggest question in the whole game. What is it? Dragonite. Dragonite. This very well could be one of the last unrevealed Megas. I can't see there being too many more, so this might be one of the last ones. And it's Mega Starmie. What am I about to see? What? That's terrifying. Oh, that's so weird looking. It's just a guy. We did it. That is... That's so weird. Whether it's simply trying to communicate or it wants to supplant humanity is unclear. It reminds me of Cat Mario.
Our next promotion match comes in, and it's against someone named Gisham. And since ain't nobody know who that is, we go ask Emma for help. Emma, of course, does know who Gisham is, but says that we might be in danger if she fills us in. But we already took down the Mafia and Jasinth, so we're more than ready for it. Just to make sure, though, she asks for a battle to prove we're up to the task.
Good thing those old guys aren't here to see this.
It turns out that while she was working with Xerosic, Team Flare was training up a whole new group of young trainers to carry on their legacy, and Gisham was one of them. Emma points us in the direction of Mabel, who for some reason might know something about Team Flare. We get to the lab and see that Mabel is her usual composed self, and while I of course knew this, my character didn't, so she gives us a little background info. She was arrested with everyone else in Team Flare after X and Y, but took a plea deal that let her become the acting director of the research lab. But that does mean she's kinda stuck here on lab arrest. Mabel gives us a lead towards Novo Cafe, and the gears finally start turning in my head.
Is Gisham the guy behind the counter?
Gisham is indeed the guy making the nasty drinks at Novo Cafe, and the ever-polite waitress is Griselle. Instead of just trying to kill us right here at the truck, Griselle gives us the location of Lysandre Cafe.
I should have noticed the logo. It was kind of a dead giveaway.
We head there, and she still doesn't really like us. Gisham tells us that the world hasn't exactly been kind to anyone who is in Team Flare, which is why Griselle is so angry. We agree to calm her down with a battle, and see one of the last unrevealed megas.
Team Flare remix! There's no way she's had that ring on the whole time, right? Who is her mega gonna be? Pyroar! Mega Pyroar? Yes! Mega Pyroar. Are there two of them? What is Mega Male Pyroar gonna look like? What? That's an insane looking mane. That thing looks crazy. You got a big head. Where'd you get that from?
Inside, they tell us about Lysandre's vision to make a more beautiful world, and that he just went a little crazy and tried to use the ultimate weapon to reduce the number of people in said world. Then our character finally learns that it was AZ who built the weapon. Gisham tries to argue that if AZ had never made something so terrifying, then Lysandre wouldn't have gone insane, which is why Griselle was mad at us for being on AZ's side. To let us make sure that he's actually telling the truth, Gisham lets us explore Lysandre Labs, where we learn about the ultimate weapon a little more.
Something I had never thought about was that the Holovator stuff, this is probably like a primitive version of it from like 5 years ago.
Speaking of Lysandre, Elle and Zygarde show up, and he tells us that 1,000 years after making the ultimate weapon, AZ made another device that's now inside Prism Tower. Lysandre actually wanted to use that one as well, but needed AZ's Floette to do it, so he abandoned that plan and just used the ultimate weapon instead, meaning that it was great timing that Floette came back after everything had gone down. Back upstairs, Gisham tells us that he wants to be the one to use AZ's Floette to get the tower under control so that people will see Team Flare in a new light. Now it was time to hear AZ's side of the story and get the rest of Team MZ caught up to speed. AZ tells us the tragic tale about losing Floette in the war 3,000 years ago, building the device to bring her back to life, and how he turned that device into the ultimate weapon to end the war. But Floette, of course, realized that her new life came at the cost of the lives of many other Pokemon, and left AZ, leaving him wandering the world for 3,000 years. During that time, a man of great power asked AZ to help protect Kalos, which is when he built Ange in Prism Tower in hopes of giving meaning to the eternal life he gave Floette. But then, after the events of X and Y, Ange turned on and started leaking out the Mega Power inside of it. So now we need the strongest Mega Evolution user so someone can use Floette's power to take control of Ange before it goes haywire. Alright, after all that heavy stuff, we still had one more Challenger's ticket to go get.
My gray brain meat had an idea. Bro, just say you had an idea. What is your problem? What? You were not there 2 seconds ago, Hank? Why is your name Hank? I didn't know they had kids named Hank. Which Charizard is he going to use? Is he going to use Mega Charizard Z? Dark Flames? So is it Mega Charizard X? Oh, let's go, Cannoli. That was a little scary. That was a good battle, though. Rank A.
Gisham recognizes that Team Flare and Lysandre's original ideas are too core to his identity to truly abandon them, so he decides to follow them in his own way. And with another fist bump, he leaves the task of protecting Lumiose to us. Back at home, we're having the one dinner Tawnie knows how to make when she tells us that she also hit rank A today. I wish we would have gotten to maybe watch a few of Tawnie's promotion matches or something like that. We obviously know that she's been getting stronger along with us this whole time, but I feel like getting to see a few of her battles would have gone a long way in terms of making her feel stronger. After dinner, we see that Floette is finally starting to feel the effects of Ange being active again. But we decide not to worry about it for now and just celebrate our wins and head to bed.
Oh, he's not doing well. Yep.
We go up to the roof to see what's happening, and AZ tells us that it won't be long until Ange goes rogue. Now we just need to head to Prism Tower, but not before taking another stowaway. At the tower, Vinny asks us to decide who's going to be the one to Mega Evolve Floette. Tawnie, who's confident in her ability to win, says we should decide with a battle of equals, against the person who unknowingly sent us on this crazy journey, against the person who introduced us to this city, against the person who made us a Pokemon trainer, against the leader of Team MZ.
Oh, the music, Tawnie of Team MZ. Mega? Never the champion. Who's gonna Mega? Gudra. After Dragalge. The music is ridiculous. Is it analog? Okay. She gonna Mega Evolve Emboar? Yeah, do it. Come on. I want to see it. What does Mega Emboar look like? What? Oh, that's cool. That thing looks insane. Oh my god, it's so bulky. Gotcha.
Despite our victory, Tawnie still wants to be the one to ascend the tower with Floette. She reasons that since Zygarde is interested in us, we should be ready to help with it in case things go bad. Which, you know, does kind of make sense. And honestly, it feels like we were almost meant to lose that battle, because Tawnie would have gotten to go with Floette either way.
Is he gonna... That does not give me good vibes that he's calling like that was like a last farewell. Oh my god. That is crazy looking.
Tawnie spots Zygarde over in the Magenta District for us, but we're ambushed by some rogue Megas before we can make our way there. Luckily, Lita and Naveen have our back to help us take them down.
The triple battle? We're all going crazy? My gosh.
Then our impromptu strategy meeting is crashed by all the wacky people we fought while climbing up the ranks of the ZA Royale. Wanting to do their part to help protect Lumiose, they come together and agree to help get us to Zygarde.
We're gonna collab. You're alive. Trouble, just mods. Mods, can we ban this guy? 80% speed run mode. She's a real gamer. What are they about to do? Human ladder? You show me this screenshot at the start of the game and I'm like, no, that's gotta be a meme. Why is Metagross just sitting there? Are they bugged? They have to be bugged, right? They're not attacking. Oh no, it's fighting now. Hold on, hold on. Did I pack it? Okay. Whew. Brought my pebble. You never know when you're gonna need it. The final Zygarde cell. Oh my god. 100% Zygarde. It's ready to destroy anyone who comes near it.
While Zygarde deals with the main body, we just need to take down these two flowers.
Oh my god! Man's wrath. Oh, that's sick! That's gonna be fun to dodge. Oh, we can't heal.
So if you listen closely there, you can hear me clicking the right stick to try and auto-heal, which was my main method of healing for this entire playthrough. And in the first few battles I tried to heal in, I of course tried to auto-heal. But you can't do that in battle. You have to press A on the Pokemon, and then it starts a timer before you can heal again. And as you can probably guess by my reaction to not being able to auto-heal here, I didn't figure this out until later in the post-game. Which means that I beat the entire game without healing in battle once. And I never bought any of the green Canari plushes either, so my first run was basically a hard mode run. Also, the only time I ever blacked out was in Wild Zone 17, which just goes to show how elite my team was.
I don't think I got another phase of that in me. We choose between the two now? We gotta do another phase to charge up Core Enforcer.
Things were looking pretty dire at the start of the third phase, but with the fate of Lumiose City in our hands, I knew I could count on my greatest partner.
The world's best constructed streetlight. Oh my god, we did it! Booey. An absolute champion. Final time. The music. Let's see Core Enforcer. Oh! Oh my god. That looks a lot like the ultimate weapon. Good thing I brought my pebble. I always keep my pebble on me. This Zygarde, oh my god. Where's Zygarde? Oh my god. We're about to mega evolve Zygarde. Oh my god. What? That is insane. Left target, Core Enforcer. Nihil Light. That sounds a lot like Ultra Necrozma. Nihil Light. Oh, it's red and blue. Oh my god. Oh. Dude, that was insane. Oh no.
After our title screen changes, we're greeted by an empty Hotel Z lobby and a scene I was expecting, but still not ready for.
Oh my god. Man, that one got me.
For some reason, I didn't pick up this Lucario before heading downstairs, but don't worry, I find it later. Tawnie finds AZ's will, and in it, he leaves Hotel Z to Team MZ, giving all of us a home. He only asks that we take care of Floette and the people of Lumiose City in return. The rest of his will was, quite the tearjerker, talking about how thankful he was to have met us. But now that the building is ours, we need to figure out a way to afford the upkeep. I definitely would have used my rank A wish to pay for it, but Tawnie was thinking a little bigger, so we asked Jet and Vinny if we can combine our wishes to have the ZA Royale continue on infinitely. And it turns out that AZ had actually asked for the same thing. I guess 3,000 years of seeing people in Pokemon grow closer through battles made him realize how important they were. And after a little Zone 20 exploring, I hopped right back into the ZA Royale.
Zach! Is he actually going to be good now? No. Oh, poor Zach. Level 9! We're just pub stomping.
Lita calls us back to Hotel Z, where L tells us about how much he and AZ ended up mirroring each other.
Oh my god. Is he immortal now too?
But he really came here to tell us that after we met him down in the labs, he remembered about Zernias and Yveltal. So we head to Mabel to ask for some info on the two, only to see that she's as calm and collected as ever. I was expecting quite a lot from these quests, given that they were for the legendary Pokemon of Kalos, but in all honesty, they were pretty disappointing. All we had to do was just go catch or battle 3 random Pokemon, and then go find the legendary in a random place without any special background or anything.
There we go.
And before I got started on Yveltal's quest, I remembered that I still hadn't seen Mega Feraligatr yet, and decided to change that.
What? It's like a big Totodile head. It just turns into Totodile. It looks like Totodile.
We do get some pretty interesting lore in Yveltal's quest, though. Gisham and Griselle tell us that it took all of Team Flare's best trainers, including Malva, to capture Yveltal in its dormant state, which left Team Flare's forces severely weakened, possibly making it easier for Serena, Calum, and Shauna to make it to the ultimate weapon. So in a way, Yveltal putting up that much of a fight made it easier for the X and Y gang to stop Lysandre, helping save Kalos. It was really cool to see Yveltal on the ground, too.
First try.
After Lysandre does a little more reminiscing, he asks for a battle.
I wonder if he has a mega stone in his eyes, keystone. Oh no, it's just like glossed over. He has his old team.
His battle theme in this game is much more uplifting, showing that he kind of realized the error of his ways and has a more positive outlook on life now.
He still has it in his back pocket. It was all dirty too, that's so cool. It's level 80.
After seeing our battle, Zygarde wants to meet us at the tower for the hardest Rogue Mega style battle in the entire game. A final test to see if we're truly worthy of being its trainer.
We have to catch it? Whoa. Okay. I assume we gotta beat all 3 forms.
I knew only one of my team members was going to be able to stand up to such overwhelming power, so armed with Giga Drain and my newfound knowledge of being able to heal in battle, Fumi and I got to work.
Oh, it's gonna go 50%. Yep. Dude, 100% is gonna be impossible. Oh my god. The music. Oh, that's so amazing. Please stop. Stop, it's airplane. Okay, stagger. Okay. Okay. I'm dead. I just got the luckiest dodge of my life. I'm gonna get anybody else. One chance. Okay, so when that happens, what do you do? Please stop. What do you do there? What? Stagger. What do you do? I got so lucky. Stagger. Stagger. I feel like I'm more forward. Come on, Fumi. We did it! Please don't Mega Evolve. Please don't Mega Evolve. We did it! We caught Zygarde. Fumi, undisputed champion. We did it! Fist bumped. Oh, is this talking about Alola? That had to be an Alola mention. Yes! They reminded me of Z moves, like those used in the Alola region. No, you're not. No, you're not.
After seeing Zygarde join forces with us, L has accomplished his mission in Lumiose City. He decides that he's going to spend his immortal life wandering the world just like AZ. But instead of looking for Floette, he's going to continue to chase his dream of a more beautiful world, which he realizes is kind of impossible, but with all the time in the world, he sets out on his journey.
I guess I should take this Lucario. This Lucario was given to me by a certain trainer who hoped it might keep me safe. If you should ever meet her, please tell her that I kept it with me until the end. Is that Corinna? I remember my mother giving me my Floette, grasping her rare black flower. I remember when that dark day fell over Galar. Damn. It's OT as Corinna!
After doing a few more side quests, I decided to call it on day 3 with 40 hours of playtime. I still had 3 main things I wanted to do on day 4, which were finishing all the side quests, finding all the colorful screws to show how much of a Caniac I am, and figuring out if quest 39 was actually completable and if it was related to the person Tawnie was looking for. I started grinding out the side quests because I thought Emma might have something for me after doing them all, but she doesn't, and I missed the Jasinth one anyway, so I just started grinding the ZA Royale in hopes of this quest not actually being infinite. And on the 15th reward match, I had my answer.
Oh, it's Tawnie, okay. Is she gonna Mega Evolve? Is she gonna Mega Evolve Floette? Yes, she is! She's Mega Evolving Floette. We're gonna have to survive a Light of Ruin.
After our battle, we find out that Tawnie's mom was Jet's daughter, making Tawnie Jet's granddaughter. Tawnie's mom, of course, used to work for Quasartico, but didn't like the direction the company was heading in, so she decided to leave, causing a bit of a fallout between her and Jet. Then her mom ended up working for Team Flare, where she helped develop their hologram tech. But trying to raise a kid by herself while doing all this super important research was too much for her, and she overworked herself, so she went to some faraway region to get some rest or maybe some kind of like advanced care, but ended up passing away. Tawnie knew that her mom had some kind of ties to Lumiose, so she came here looking for any of her relatives, and after Jet remembered Tawnie's jacket, she had Emma do some investigating, which led Emma to figure out that they were related. Then Jet says she's going to step down as president due to the whole Ange fiasco, and wants Tawnie to take her place. She reasons that because Tawnie's already been helping with the redevelopment, it'll go smoother. And since I'm sure no other high-ranking employees or like the board of directors have any issues with this, Tawnie accepts. Tawnie realizes that she probably won't have as much time to do trainer stuff anymore, so she gives us Floette to help keep our promise to AZ. Oh man, we are almost done now. I spent the next few days finding all the colorful screws and completing the Pokedex, but nothing too crazy happened while doing that, so I'm just gonna ramble for a little bit here. So the first thing you're probably wondering is why it took me 4 months to post this video. And the main thing is that I'm just a very slow editor. Another big reason was the fact that the DLC for this game came out in that time. And speaking of that, I had obviously already played Mega Dimension while editing most of this video, but I had already finished the script well before it came out, so I just did my best to keep this video about the base game and my feelings and opinions about it. This is my second time making a video of this scale, and you know, I thought it would be easier this time around, but I think videos like this will just always be a challenge for me. That being said, I'm still really happy with how this video turned out. I know it's a little rough around the edges, like the audio probably being all over the place or being a little too slow, but I think I'm okay with that because if I tried to make it perfect, it probably would have taken me like 4 more months. And with about 60-ish hours of gameplay saved and how much fun I had with my first playthrough of this game, there was a lot I wanted to show, and I don't think there's much I would really change about this video. I've been recording and saving my first playthroughs of Pokemon games since BDSP, and I've always wanted to make videos like this for them, but it always just seemed so daunting with how slow of an editor I am. I don't know what it was, but something about this playthrough just gave me the motivation to finally lock in and commit to making this video. Obviously, I was very inspired by Absol and his movies here, and speaking of that, I can finally go watch his movie. Because during these 4 months, I have basically not watched a single video about ZA. I wanted to keep my video as focused on my experiences and thoughts as possible, so I avoided everyone else's. This does mean that I probably missed quite a few lore bits or references, or just flat out got some stuff wrong, but I didn't want to subconsciously change my video after watching someone else's, so I just haven't watched any. I could sit here and ramble forever about this game, but I think this video is long enough. If you watched and or enjoyed any part of this, I really do appreciate it. And let me know what you thought as well, because I definitely plan on making more videos like this in the future. I'll probably end up doing one for Mega Dimension eventually, and definitely plan on doing one for Gen 10. But I think that's just about everything. So, thanks for watching.